The date was January 30th, 1948. British South American Airways Star Tiger, a sleek, four-engine Tudor IV aircraft, prepared for a routine flight from Santa Maria in the Azores to Bermuda. It was an ordinary journey across the Atlantic, but what followed became one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in aviation history. What started as a standard flight ended in eerie silence, with the aircraft, its crew, and its passengers vanishing without a trace. This is the story of Star Tiger, a journey that began in the skies but remains clouded by mystery. A flight into darkness. It was just past midnight when Captain Brian McMillan and his crew readied themselves for takeoff. The crew had extensive experience. Captain McMillan was known for his steady leadership, and his first officer, David Colby, was equally skilled. The Star Tiger had 31 souls on board, including passengers, most of them military personnel returning from assignments. Among them was Air Marshal Sir Arthur Coningham, a prominent figure from World War II, who was traveling in relative anonymity. Despite warnings of strong headwinds and turbulent weather over the Atlantic, Captain McMillan was confident in his ability to handle the conditions. After all, the aircraft had safely completed the first leg of its journey from England to the Azores. The final destination was Bermuda, a mere 2,000 miles away. The engines roared to life, and the plane ascended into the dark skies above Santa Maria, leaving the island's lights twinkling far below. The passengers, some already drifting into sleep, trusted that in a few hours they would land safely in the warm breeze of Bermuda. Little did they know they were flying into the heart of an unsolvable enigma. The last known contact. The flight had been uneventful for most of the journey, aside from the anticipated turbulence. As the plane crossed over the vast Atlantic, it fought against strong winds, forcing Captain McMillan to descend to a lower altitude. But this wasn't unusual. The crew remained in contact with Bermuda's control tower, regularly updating their position. At approximately 3:04 a.m., the radio operator on the Star Tiger sent a routine message. ETA Bermuda 05.0 hours, altitude 2,000 feet. The weather was challenging but manageable. Everything seemed under control. Then, silence. Bermuda Control Tower attempted to re-establish contact with the aircraft several times over the following hours. No response came. By 6:30 a.m., the aircraft was officially considered overdue. As the hours passed with no sign of the Star Tiger, the situation grew dire. Search for answers. A massive search operation was launched at dawn. The Royal Air Force scrambled aircraft, and ships from the U.S. Navy set out to comb the seas for any trace of the missing plane. The area they focused on was relatively narrow. The plane had been flying low and within the expected route to Bermuda. But after days of scouring the ocean, not a single piece of wreckage, no oil slick, and no body was ever found. The Star Tiger had disappeared as if it had been swallowed by the Atlantic. The disappearance quickly drew international attention. How could such a large aircraft with skilled crew and advanced navigation systems vanish without a trace? Theories began to form, ranging from mechanical failure to navigational errors, but none seemed to fully explain the total lack of wreckage or distress signals. Theories and speculation. In the weeks following the disappearance, the British and American authorities conducted investigations. Their official conclusion was as unsatisfactory as it was vague. The aircraft disappeared due to unknown causes. There was no evidence of foul play, no sign of catastrophic failure, and no proof of bad weather severe enough to bring down the plane. Some speculated that the Tudor IV, an aircraft known to have design flaws, might have suffered a structural failure. Perhaps the fuel system malfunctioned, or an electrical failure led to a loss of control. However, none of these theories explained the total lack of debris or any communication from the crew in those final moments. Then, a more ominous theory began to gain traction. The Star Tiger had disappeared in the region known as the Bermuda Triangle, a stretch of ocean infamous for mysterious vanishings of ships and planes. Over the years, tales of strange magnetic anomalies, time warps, and extraterrestrial interference have surrounded the Bermuda Triangle, turning it into the stuff of legend. Could the Star Tiger have fallen victim to these unexplained phenomena? Or was it merely a coincidence? Even the most skeptical investigators couldn't ignore the eerie pattern. The Star Tiger was one of several planes and ships to vanish in this area during the mid-20th century. Could something beyond understanding have pulled the aircraft into oblivion? The last moments. Although no one knows what truly happened aboard Star Tiger, in those final moments, imaginations fill the gaps. Some envision the aircraft flying straight into a sudden storm, the winds tearing at its fuselage while the crew fought to keep it airborne. Perhaps the intense weather and mechanical issues forced it into a nosedive, plunging into the ocean below with such speed that it broke apart upon impact, sinking swiftly to the ocean floor. Others believe the plane was disoriented by magnetic anomalies that exist in the Bermuda Triangle. Perhaps the crew's instruments malfunctioned, leading them off course and into unknown territory. In the moments before disaster, there may have been confusion, but no time for distress calls. Whatever transpired in those final minutes, one thing is certain: the Star Tiger was gone. The Atlantic had consumed it, leaving behind no evidence, only questions. The enduring mystery. More than 75 years later, the disappearance of Star Tiger remains one of aviation's greatest mysteries. The investigation files, now declassified, offer no new answers. The aircraft simply vanished, leaving behind the haunting silence of the Atlantic and the enduring lore of the Bermuda Triangle. To this day, the wreckage of Star Tiger has never been found, and with it, the truth about what happened remains elusive. It joins the long list of unexplained disappearances that have captured the imagination of adventurers, investigators, and conspiracy theorists alike. Did it crash due to technical failure? Or was it drawn into something far more mysterious? Perhaps the Star Tiger's story is a reminder of the unpredictable and untamable nature of the world's oceans, where human understanding can still fall short. It stands as a symbol of the vastness and power of nature and the mysteries that lie hidden within its depths.